Here we go, Red and Green Army. It's the game that the entire Midlands non-league community has been gearing up for. Coventry United for the very first time in the quarter-finals of the Isuzu FA Vase. We are here live from beautiful Hampshire, I think we are actually in Eastleigh, the Stoneham Football Complex, home of the Purples, AFC Stoneham, taking on the Red and Greens of Coventry, the United Counties League area. So apologies if the Wi-Fi signal isn't perfect. We may dip and dive out a little bit, but we'll try and keep the signal up for you as much as we can. But the supporters here at the Stoneham Football Complex are ready to receive the two teams who are currently lined up in the tunnel area. 4 changes for Coventry United. Cameron Dunn and Charlie Faulkner are called up front, with Luke Downs and Riley Devoyle back in midfield. Stoneham will be all in purple. A Daventry light kicked for fans of the UCL. Coventry United in their usual attire of red and green, the civic colours of the proud city of Coventry. And here they come. The Gladiators enter the Coliseum at the Stoneham Football Complex. This is what the town of Stoneham and the city of Coventry have been waiting for. The time is now. The time is now to step up and make a name for yourselves and make history. Neither one of these teams have ever been at this stage of the competition before, but one will go all the way to the semi-finals, and who knows, maybe even to Wembley. Let's get into your starting lineups, kicking off with Coventry United. Starting for the Red and Greens this afternoon: number 1, Dan Moore; 2, Harry Sawyer; 3, Danny Fraser; 4, Shay Palmer; 5, the captain, Chris Cox; 6, Luke Downs; number 7, Charlie Shaw; number 8, Riley Devoyle; number 9, Ryan Harkin; number 10, Charlie Faulkner; and number 11, Cameron Dunn. Substitutes for the Red and Greens: number 12, Joe Cairns; 14, Stan Dube; 15, Lewis Wilson; 16, Benji Adamarco; and number 17, Nehemiah Zazi. And for the Purples of AFC Stoneham: number 1, Callum Lee; 3, Lewis Nagel; 4, Matt Bainbridge; 5, Dan Miller; 6, Ash Wells; 8, the captain, Alex Welch; 9, Tyrell Sampson; 10, Oliver Jenkins; 11, Duarte Martins; 12, Owen Fee; and 26, Jake Thompson. Substitutes for Stoneham: number 2, Ryan Cluett; 7, Tom Annett; 15, Kate Dyer; 20, Artie Curtin; and number 23, Liam Callahan. Your referee this afternoon here at the Stoneham with assistants Martin Blur and Anthony Cross. The 4th official is Lewis Ward. Thank you to everyone at Stoneham for their exceptionally warm welcome here at the Stoneham Football Complex. It really has been a joy so far to be a part of this occasion, but this is where it gets good, folks. 90 minutes of FA Vase football, maybe more. It will go straight to penalties if it ends in a draw. The two captains, Welch and Cox, meeting in the centre circle. And it is Coventry United who have won the toss. And they will be kicking from right to left in their civic colours of red and green with black lining. The time for talking for everyone except for me is over, and now it is the time for action. Time to put your money where your mouth is. It's an occasion the likes of which neither of these clubs have ever experienced before. The fans are expecting from both teams. Here we go, we are underway in the Isuzu FA Vase quarter-final, live on Coventry United TV. It's an early knockback off the head of Luke Downs. Harry Sawyer tries to clear his lines off the deck and get a second crack at it, sends it high into the bright blue Hampshire sky. A man mountain centre-back in Dan Miller, beating Ryan Harkin to that aerial punch. Driving away Harry Sawyer all the way back to the number 1, Callum Lee, his first touch of the afternoon in the all-grey goalkeeping kit. Dan Moore in the fluorescent bright yellow strip. And the drive from Lee all the way to his opposite number 1, Dan Moore, formerly of Worcester City. Here's another blue, Shay Palmer. Joined the club over the last couple of months, and certainly a good time for him to a club. And Adam Miles out with a knee injury. Miles the outside, Cody Mullen. And the one we are playing on. So will that favour Stoneham's style of play? Getting a head tennis going on. Brought down by Charlie Shaw. Now the chase is on down the left-hand side for the Vase top scorer. Cameron Dunn's got in the goals again recently. Oh, that would have been a supreme. Oh, that would have been a supreme way to get the party started. It was dipping right under the crossbar from after just 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Danny Fraser. Don't think any of the Coventry United players got a touch on the way through. On the way through. Terry Anderson. A big shout out to first team coach Gary Hardick, who's tuned for his teammates. Intercepted by Fraser. Charlie Faulkner, Coventry born and bred. Looked to slip it in for Cameron Dunn. Returned home by Jake Thompson. Palmer mops it up. Charlie Faulkner lets it run, gets the wrong side of Thompson. The Purple's #1 gets Stoneham on the front foot. It's been a promising start for Coventry United. And the chase is a little too far for Tyrell Sampson. Rolled out quickly by Dan Moore. Now Harry Sawyer, formerly of Rugby Borough. Faulkner has played for just about every team you can think of in Coventry. Looks for Harkin. And it's deflected out for the corner. Lee got there just as it crossed the line. I think Thompson getting a little nick to it with the hip. The Red Green Army behind the goal. As we said, over joining Coventry United on the road. I think I'm right in saying this is the largest distance ever covered by a Coventry United team in terms of an away day. Fraser towards Palmer at the far post, and it's off the head of Dan Miller for a throw-in on this near side. Supporters of all ages and all backgrounds. And it's going to be a long throw from the former. Cox was thinking about it, headed Fraser back into the danger zone. Harkin was looking. Get the march on Luke Downs, who sends it straight towards the man. Get the march off. And Cox Jeans. And we've got some Southampton fans in the building who I don't think are particular fans of Coventry City, giving. Field from Nagel. Sampson couldn't post to Ash Wells. Now it's with Fee. Trickling ball to Wells. And Wells is a dipping cross and stabbed out of danger by Palmer. He's clearing up everything in the area. Dan Moore is Stoneham are starting to show their teeth here. 8 minutes gone at the Stoneham Football Complex. Stoneham 0, Coventry United 0. Fraser. Shaw was looking to judge the bounce. Wrestling for position with often the other referee having to leap out of the way. So Shaw's with him. It's a deep cross. It's too deep for Harkin. With a comfortable gather in the end. It's kick nodded. Out for another throw-in halfway into Coventry territory. But now Stoneham are edging their way. Headed up rather than out by Downs. Lofted up towards Fee. Good strong header on the edge of the area by Danny Fraser. Norwich 2. Charlie Faulkner. The ball from Luke Downs picking up an offside position. Nagel embarking up the left. Cushion header down by Tyrell Sampson. High lofted ball towards Owen Fee. And kept from reaching it by Danny Fraser. Two men of similar heights and statures, proving the stronger on that occasion. The air by Miller. The air by Miller. Charlie Falk, bar! Duarte Martin, the left-hand post, was to blame for denying Stoneham the opening goal. And with a record like Martin, you would have expected him to put it away. Cox. Floats up to Cameron Dunn over the head of Ash Wells. And too physical from Wells. Cameron Dunn knocked off the ball. And on the left corner of the penalty area, Coventry United have the free kick. And there's two men you need to watch out for in and around that penalty area. The leaping ability of Chris Cox, the captain, as well as Shea Palmer. And Owen Fee just trying to get a little bit of an explanation from the lines as to when he was offside. He's happy with it. Delivery from Devoyle. Deep towards Palmer. Kept it in, but only as far as Welch, the skipper. Fee gives chase. Will he reach it? Live Harry Sawyer has anything to do with it. The referee said it's fair game as Sawyer sends Fee to the deck. Fraser, a little bit of indecision, inviting Duarte Martins in. That's danger is averted by Dan Moore, whose kick drifts the right halfway into Stoneham territory. 13 minutes gone in Hampshire. AFC Stoneham 0, Coventry United 0. Up the head of Martins from that throw-in. Coventry United throw deep into their own half. And there's been a goal at the CBS Arena, and it's come from the boot of Haji Wright. 12 minutes in, Coventry City lead Stoke by 1-0. That's a long throw from Nagel. Martins to Fee. Try and bring the ball down here, and it's lofted into the area, and the header into the grateful grasp of Dan Moore from Duarte Martins. Dowds plays out. Harry Sawyer starting to loft it over the head of Thompson. Now Stoneham sweeping out. And it's a task too far for Tyrell from Lewis Nagel and Riley Devoyle with an issue, and looks like the physio is going to be needed. Lucy Stead, the head of fitness and physio, is primed and ready. She's sending out the junior physio at the moment. We've had 15 minutes here at the Stoneham Football Complex. All square, 0-0 between AFC Stoneham and Coventry United. Two very different clubs with very different histories. Coventry United position of the old Coventry Spartans, a member of whom is sat right in front of me now, our former club secretary, Graham Wood. He's one of only two men retained alongside our first ever manager, Edwin Greaves. It's then Terry Anderson in, I believe it was January 2016, was given the job. Technically his third stint with Coventry United. He was briefly let go a few years ago before departing the club for Highgate. Stoneham have been a proud member of the Hampshire FA for over 100 years. 1919, I believe, when they were formed. They're back underway, thankfully. Riley Devoyle, no further injury to be assessed. A long ball flicked up the head of Shea Palmer, and a chance to knock it through now for AFC Stoneham, avoiding the slide of Chris Cox, and brilliantly denied Dan Moore. Staring into the eyes of Tyrell Sampson and winning the day. And the younger members of the Purple Army behind the net showing their love for the home side. Owen Fee heads over to take the corner kick. Devoyle, Harkin and Shaw all remaining up. Referee feels there's a little bit... It's actually Cox is in post, won't reach it back to the head of Shea Palmer. Checked in by Duarte Martins. Checked in by Duarte Martins. Help arrives in Oliver Jenkins. Just gets out of the way. It could have been a sticky situation there. Miller standing firm and loses out to Devoyle and slotted down the right-hand side by Dunn for Ryan Harkin. Harkin looking right for options. Charlie Shaw is there and he picks out Shaw. Does he? No. Denied by a great slide by Lewis Nagel at the expense of a Coventry. Well, defence if needed. Devoyle too. It will be a throw-in. Report that Charlie ascendancy, and now the red and greens have got to pick themselves up and get back into this fight. AFC Stoneham. Well, it's not quite a hammer blow for the red and greens, but it's not an ideal. Palmer sends it lofted down the right, just out of reach for Charlie Ford to clear it, and Shea Palmer with a powerful lob to the left. Back to Lewis Nagel. Good strength on show from Charlie Shaw. Slide by Luke Downs, and the flag will raise against Charlie Faulkner. Harkin and Faulkner both away, but if you have that much room when you receive the ball, there's usually a very good reason. Thompson. That's on the air between Martins and Cox. It's a battle that Cox wins on Nipson. It's in by Nate. Not to be on that occasion for the Purples. Again, we do apologise. We are having some connectivity issues. The signal here in Hampshire isn't great, but we will continue to persevere. Faulkner barred from behind. Coventry United free kick. It's a physical match. It's a physical match. And this, I've fallen behind in the FA Vase since the very first game against Osage. A 6-3 victory all the way back in October. Interim manager Jamie Bakaski this afternoon, who is here this afternoon supporting his I'd say his former club, but he is still on the board. And Coventry with a throw-in on the fringes of the box. They need a pick. Who's onto the head of Charlie Faulkner via a bounce. Here's Harry Sawyer. Plenty of purple shirts back, but Harry Sawyer still going. Trying to launch it in to Ryan Harkin for a quick reply. Didn't get the power behind him, but launch it in to Ryan Harkin for a quick reply. Didn't get the power behind him. Down low and quick was Callum Lee. Cameron Dunn up by Dunn. Flicked on by, headed on by Jenkins. And all the way up. Faulkner, Cameron Dunn. The through ball for Charlie Faulkner. 19 minutes until the break here on Seed nil. Is this where United really kickstart their afternoon? Devoyle towards Palmer. It's well punched by Callum Lee. And there was a bit of afters there, Lee. Lee sent down in the process. Now the referee is stopping play, not for a foul, but to check on the goalkeeper. And it looks like he took a blow. Dismissed. Stood showing. The velocity of the run did nothing to help Faulkner. It was a gnarly collision. It was a bitter. And this molehill has just become a serious peak for the red and greens. Demanding more from his Coventry, sees it out from Sampson, but and it is 1-0 through James Bree, 17th minute. So happy faces all around here at Stoneham. I think that at least Coventry fans have one team. Danny Fraser once more, and another inches off the box. Match ball has eventually been located. On the front line, Luke Downs. Claimed in the midfield, hitting the back from Welch, and Downs has hurt himself in the process, but Nagel will continue. A crossing opportunity on the left-hand side. Palmer with the interception, and Coventry United will want to try and get this ball out as Downs is holding his shin. And now, as the long-range strike flies harmlessly out, Coventry United will be able to get some attention to Luke Downs. Downs receiving treatments from the physio. In terms of central midfield options, you'd probably be looking at Lewis Wilson, who came to the club as a striker, formerly of Northampton Town. Played up front with the likes of Akin Fenwer and Tony. But under Terry Anderson has played a much deeper role. So Downs back on his feet now, and Lewis Wilson putting his jacket back on, so it doesn't look like there's going to be any need for a substitution just yet. There will obviously be a further assessment on the sideline. That's with Shea Palmer from the restart. Downs not yet invited back into the field, and his fee. And Fee lofting it over Jenkins. Out comes Dan Moore. Just gets his hands to it before the Stoneham number 10 will be lasting. Welch to Jenkins. Crossing opportunity from the right-hand side, and a diving header by Palmer, who's been fantastic at the back for the Red and Greens. Done. Harkin is onside. Can he get onto the ball? Yes, he can. Neat chest control, but at the back it's Bainbridge. Stoneham, after that initial wobbly 5 minutes, have really learned how to cope with the Coventry United threat. And here's another one to deal with. Shaw taking on Miller. Alex Welch. Fraser. Downs to Shea Palmer. Curled right with Harry Sawyer. He's got Sampson for company, plays it back into the middle for Palmer. Done the target, volleyed away by Nagel. Fee, lovely flick away. Barging the way through from Danny Fraser. Referee says nothing doing. Back to Nagel on the left side of defence. Remember, Coventry United down to 10 men after the, I think we could very much call it a fair red card on Charlie Faulkner. And it's a lofted ball from the back from Nagel. Palmer will let that one bounce harmlessly into touch, and Coventry United have the goal kick. Fraser, Coventry United to start showing what brought them to the dance. The long ball game not quite working for the Red and Greens. Fee, And it clearly would have been offside against the number 11 in Martins, and Welch putting Cox under pressure, who's dealt with it well, using his many years of non-league experience to his credit. Dan Moore clears, Miller all the way back with Callum Lee. Nagel collects out wide. Jake Thompson, and Nagel runs around him. Back to Lee. Thompson. Nagel back to Thompson, curls it around Ryan Harkin to his centre-back partner in Dan Miller. Ash Wells embarking along the right wing, now Owen Fee. Does he fancy his chances? Cox won't give him the chance, neither will Fraser. Jenkins finds options left, Nagel. Chip ball for Bainbridge, and takes a tumble, gives the goal kick in favour of Coventry. Fraser goes along the left side, one in mid-air. Ash Wells, Bainbridge, back to Wells. To left foot, but not